Hey, what's going on, my fellow idiots? Welcome back for another episode of Idiot Proof Cooking. So we're going to do a little bit of baking today, and I'm going to show you how to make a lemon poppy seed cake. These are so easy to make and really tasty, especially if you like the lemon flavor. Now you can bake these either in a bundt pan like I'm going to do, or 2 loaf pans, or even like a 9x13 baking pan. But without any further ado, let's get into making this. Now the first thing we're going to need is a large mixing bowl, much like the one I have in front of me, and pour into it 2 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. From there, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Pour those both in. I'm then going to add in a teaspoon of kosher salt approximately, and then 2 cups of white granulated sugar. That's a lot of sugar, but this is going to be a really sweet loaf. So 2 cups of granulated sugar in, and then get your trusty whisk out and whisk all of the dry ingredients together. It's at this point in time we're going to pour in 3/4 cup of melted unsalted butter, and then I'm also going to crack in 4 large eggs, making sure not to get any shells in. I am then going to add in a 1/4 cup of avocado oil, however canola or vegetable oil would work. You're really just looking for a neutral flavored oil. I'm then going to pour in about 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract or vanilla paste. I still haven't replaced mine. And then I'm going to get out my trusty whisk, break the yolks up, and start mixing this all together until it starts to all come together. But before we finish up, I am then going to pour in 1 cup of sour cream. The sour cream gives the cake a really nice moist consistency. So a cup of sour cream in, and then we're going to start adding our lemon in. So I'm going to zest in an entire large lemon, so just use your microplane zester. Get a good amount of that off. Make sure to drop it all into the mixing bowl, and then I'm also going to cut up the lemon and squeeze both halves of it to get a good amount of lemon juice in. That would be about 2 or 3 tablespoons of lemon juice in. Then again, get out your trusty whisk or a spatula or wooden spoon, whatever you want to mix this all together, but then just mix everything together until you have a thoroughly combined cake dough. Once it's all mixed together, I am then going to add in 3 tablespoons of poppy seeds, and again use my whisk to whisk this all together, and then we have a lemon poppy seed cake dough. That's it. Super simple, right? There we go. That's what the cake dough is going to look like. So get out your large bundt pan, or like I said, a baking sheet or 2 loaf pans, and spray it down with some cooking spray. Carefully pour all of the cake batter into the bundt pan. As you can see here, I kind of made a mess of it a little bit. Not my nicest pour ever, but then smooth out the batter with your spatula. Maybe give the bundt pan a couple of taps to help even out the batter, and then preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake this for the next 45 to 60 minutes, just depending on the efficiency of your oven, until it comes out nice and golden brown and risen like that. There we go. We've got a lemon poppy seed cake. Now we're going to give this a test with a wooden skewer to make sure it's baked. If the skewer comes out clean, you know that it's baked all the way through. Now I'm going to let this cake cool down for the next 2 hours or so. Just, give it time to really cool down. It's going to sink just a tiny little bit, and then after 2 hours or so, it's time to remove the cake. So throw a plate on the bottom of your bundt pan, flip it over, give the top of the bundt pan a few smacks, and then carefully lift the bundt pan up, and you should have your cake just release freely from it. Or if in my case it damaged it just a tiny little bit, oh well, it's not a big deal. There we go. We've got a lemon poppy seed cake. Look at that thing. Look at that. Now the only other thing to do is give this a good glazing. So I've got some powdered sugar, about 1.5 cups worth, and then we're going to add in a few tablespoons of whole milk. Now the less milk you add in, the thicker your glaze will be. The more milk, the runnier the glaze will be. So you really got to eyeball this. I'm only going to add in like 2 or 3 tablespoons and then just mix it in. I want a thicker paste, and then I also want it to taste like lemon, so I'm going to add in a teaspoon of lemon extract. Mix that all together, and then we've got a pretty nice thick glaze for the cake. So I'm just going to start liberally covering the cake at the top and let it just drizzle down along the sides and along the cracks of the cake, and this is turning out great. It looks beautiful. So yeah, throw on as much or as little glaze as you want. I don't think you can overdo it, obviously. So I'm just going to pour some more on here. This is the fun part and the tastiest part too. All right, there we go. There is our lemon poppy seed cake, fully glazed, Look at how beautiful that is. And let me tell you how amazing it smells. I know Rose and JP are going to love this. All right, so let's cut off a piece here. I'm going to cut off the damaged part so that, you know, I mean, it's already damaged. Might as well eat that part. So there we go. Lift it out. Look at the interior of that. Let me give you another close-up shot of the interior. That is a beautiful lemon poppy seed cake. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Hold on, let's set that aside. I'll just show you the actual interior of the cake as well. Look at that. Look at that. That is so gorgeous. All right, let's set that aside and go in for the taste test. That's what you all been waiting for anyways, right? All right, here, let me just break off a little piece here. Oh, and there we go. The official taste tester rolled in pretty quickly. Whenever there's sweets, she shows up pretty quick. All right, there you go, Rosie. Oh, there. No, not a big bite, but does she like it? Does she like it? Come on. What do you think, Rosie? There we go. She liked it. Yeah, of course. It was very tasty. And there you go. Yep. Yeah. Rose is a big fan, and there's JP. All right, well, this was really, really tasty. Really nice and lemony. The sweetness of the glaze was perfect. This was so good, and Rose and JP actually devoured their own piece after the episode as well. So let's call it there. I hope you liked what you saw, and if you did, why don't you drop me a comment, like the video, or even subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching Idiot Proof Cooking. Rose wanted the entire piece. Anyways, thanks again for watching Idiot Proof Cooking, and we'll see you again soon.